what we're going to do today, we're going to start working, and we're going to try to get a hopefully good working understanding of turning. But the beauty of the tango is the ability to dance, turning around each other, and then moving in, and then turning, and moving in, and turning. Because this is the reality, you know, places where they're crowded, you know, places which are popular tango, you can walk. But from a technical point of view, what is involved in turning is almost like a core or the essence of where everything that happens in tango comes from. So what is nice about this, and the reason we like it, and the warning for you, is because it really leads to one concept of the tango that is very difficult to acquire, which is improvisation. And improvisation is being able to dance on the spur of the moment, anybody with anybody. Improvisation requires tools and understanding. From a technical point of view, what we're going to do is we are going to understand how to set up and to, first of all, start turning the women around the men to begin with. The minute the man stops, the woman begins to go around. The man stops, you don't stop unless he stops you. That we call it parada, okay? But if we're moving and he stops, you continue, but all of a sudden you are, obviously the only way you can go is around him, okay? As soon as you begin to go around him, the sequence is very simple. It consists of 2 forward steps and 2 back steps. 2 forward steps, 1 and 2, and 2 back steps, 1 and 2, okay? 2 forwards, okay, and 2 backs. The 2 forward steps are not the same. There are no side steps on tango. We create them artificially sometimes when we watch and we choreograph and move things out. There are no side steps. The side step that you see is created because she went forward and her body turned, and all of a sudden the leg went to the side. 1 in there, okay, and then 2. Now she has to do 2 back steps. Okay. First back step, you recognize, it looks like a regular back step you've been doing all your life. Okay? But the second back step, because it's with the inside leg, as she goes around, again, it looks like a side step. Forward, forward, back, back. People who don't know how to dance or just beginning to dance normally do what we call flying their leg. Fly your legs. Okay? So Miguelito comes over. Actually, not Miguelito, Miguelito's partner. Skinny, you need to collect. And then you start collect, okay? You don't collect.
Because the collecting, the way we interpret it, stops the turn. Yeah. Because you're getting like the stop.
The structure of every step, which most of the time you don't see it when you see people dancing. You ground yourself, like for example, you got into the cross, and you're here, you're standing on your left, so you ground yourself. So to initiate a forward step, you flex the knee, you turn your body slightly back, and you extend the leg. And in an ideal world, that should be all the woman has to do on a forward step. The tendency is what we tend to do is to throw the body with the leg. Then you take a forward step and your body goes over there. So the first move is this, there. Okay? And you can see the shape of the legs. Yeah? Extension straight. Okay? Touching just gently with the bottom of the little toe. Okay? And solid flexed on the base, on the support. Then, in order now to go forward, generally speaking, it will be for the women, it will be the men who will bring you up, who will change your weight. The men will change your weight. Okay, now, of course, again, the men need to know that, and that's why hopefully you guys come to us and with us, whatever, because that's what we teach you. You need to do that. If you don't do that, but then you gotta do it your own. As the man changes your weight, you help yourself by pushing from the back leg, propelling your body up. Boom. You push yourself and the leg, see, it comes there naturally. Okay? If we were to stop, you're already collecting, if you would say. But if you were continue, all you do now is, you drop the other leg and extend, and you push yourself up. And you push yourself up. That way you're never going to bump into your partner. Never you're going to knock him or her off balance.
And it's the same for men and women, the same step technique. Because when you guys start getting into cicadas, it's going to help you, not throw her off.
In the case of the turn, as the man brings the woman up, okay, look at her shoe, okay, look at her shoe. Brings it up, it turns us about 60 degrees or so. So then her shoe is already pointing in the new direction. So we use 3 beats to do 4 ground touches. So you go and do a back step to the right of the man. You start with the outside leg. The other leg never, ever, ever comes here to collect, because that creates real problems. The natural thing, when you're here, see, you're almost falling, and that's when you stop your third step. So you go 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, even that you're stepping 4 times. Okay? So that one is a quick. Okay? Slow, slow, quick. That is the rhythm of the turn. And he's going to do 2 sacadas on the first step of her, the forward step, on the second step, which is the forward step that becomes a side step, and then we're just going to exit and finish. Okay? So we do the salida, we come here. Okay? As she crosses, imagine the vertex of 1 triangle right there. The man crosses like behind like this, and see how my foot is already pointing to her. You see that? That is the clue. That is the first Western Union telegram that you get. We are going to turn. As soon as you come over here and you do this,
he's opening the door for the turn.
Okay? And you put your weight on the leg. So as you put your weight on the leg, see, you're already pointing in that direction.
And he, by putting his weight on his back leg, he opens the right side for me.
So now comes the part of geometry that we need to go through. Geometry 101. Okay? There's an equilateral triangle, and there's 1 vertex over there.
This is not.
1 vertex over here. And if you can visualize, the 3rd vertex is where? So that is where you point your foot.
Ladies.
Then the man points and says, I'm going to move to this vertex. We still have the triangle complete. So now, as I bring myself up, bring her up, I'm going to leave a vertex empty right there. And that is where she's going to go next. So you have to pay attention to that. Okay, now look. Okay. So that's a triangle. 1, 2, and 3 again. So I'm going to claim this vertex. Okay? So I'm going to empty this over here. So this is where she is going to come with the step that follows, which happens to be the back step. Now, how the devil she can go from there to here is nearly impossible unless we work together. And that's what the tango is all about. Because as I change my weight, I turn her, and there she is. Again, remember the triangle. Okay? 1, 2, triangle right there. Forgot to bring tape. Okay. Boom, see, right there. Okay? That's where you go. Okay, so then the guy, again, see, this. Not this. Okay? Not throwing your body with the leg.
It's the same thing. You present the leg,
present your leg
before you change the weight.
And now the man will acquire the axis here. She will acquire the axis here and will free the third vertex over here. Okay? Momentarily. Okay? And immediately, obviously, we try not to stop too much here. Okay? Simply present. Okay? That's where you're going to go, that's where I'm going to go. And again, when I acquire my axis here, she acquired the axis over there. Okay? And then I walk forward, you go. Okay? Again, right away, get your foot out a little bit out already. See, form a triangle to begin with already there. Because if you're here,
it's tough.
It's going to be a little triangulito. Very small. Set your foot out slightly up, see? And I'm not going deep either. Okay, so I'm trying to more or less, because she does that naturally because that's her extension. So I stop here, and as I bring her to the cross, we already have two nice vertices, and then we go here. Yeah. Okay? And then on the second and the third has to be continuous for the man so she doesn't overturn on her back step. So you go 1 and you go 2, 3. Okay? And here, Valorie is showing again. We have a naturally stop. You should be able to stop because now you're solid on your left leg, she's solid on the bottom leg. So that's where she does a natural embellishment. As you are going to continue, you bring your leg there, and then
turn speed.
As she's going to come in, I do this with my arm. Okay? Extend your leg, but don't move. Okay? On the first 2 steps, I'm looking at her right shoulder. Not really, I'm looking at her right breast. Okay, but, you know, okay? And her right breast is on my side. Okay? There, okay? On the second move, I'm still chasing her right breast. On the third move, now I'm looking for her left. Okay? And that allows me then to go there. Okay? If you don't do that, if you keep chasing the right side, and this is very common, okay, this is very common, it happens, and you know, and you chase her right side. This is great, and then you're over here. On the third step, you want to be on her left side. You are on her right side, you are on her right, you are on her right, you're on her right, you're on her right. Here you are on her left side.
But your foot falls on your left.
That is why to continue, the guy has to cross and go back to the right side. Beginning to know the positions, we can say, okay, well maybe what happened if on the second step of the women, when she does the second step that she ends up open, I stop going around. I go in and I fake that I'm going to go in, but I stop. And let's see what we can, you know, that's the general idea, okay? And instead of passing over to the other side, I stay on this side. So I go there, fine. Okay, now we go to the second and watch. I go 1 together. See, I stay on this side, and all of a sudden, on her back step, I stop completely on her left side. My first step great, I went with the second one, and then I brought my foot together right away, and I step again with my right. Right, and then I go here, I make her do a little voleo, and when she comes back here like this, we bring her feet together, and we finish
Back where we started.
at the cruzada, whatever, without moving ever so, again, I mean, which created the same cruzada ending without advancing. This is a situation where maybe you don't have enough room to continue. Same thing, we start, you go to the second cruzada. One. Here, when you guys go there, you stand up on that leg. You stand up. Stop. See? You take the space with the leg. And she keeps going now. She keeps going. So now when you want her to stop, you do this. Okay? If you want her to keep going anymore, you go this. Okay? Depends on where you open, she will do the back step, but she will always be across you like this. The key is the double step. One, tap, tap. And here I put my weight on this leg, and I'm beginning to make it do a back, like what looks like gonna be a back ocho, but I never let her come down. So she kind of goes in, like I raise her arm, so her foot never makes the step, and then I bring it forward. And I make it now go to my left again, and when she comes over here, and then we finish. Okay, so you put the weight on the right and her weight on the left. So now basically it's a rotation is there and there, without changing the axis, the same axis.
So as you're going for your back step, on the return, all you do is just pick up your shoe.
From the knee.
From the knee down, that's all. And as you rotate, drop it. And you'll make the prettiest voleos every time. It's not force, it's just
pick it up.
Pick it up.
Keep it there, keep it there, keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it, drop it. Again, it's an illusion. Okay? Voleo is an illusion. It's not the woman swinging the leg. That's the illusion.
You don't have to pick it up. That's your choice. You can leave it on the floor.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't want to pick it up if it's crowded and you think you're going to kick somebody.
If the shoe goes up, it's your choice. It says, I'm going to embellish this. The beginning of what it looks like is going to be a back step, but without having her change weight, she stays on the same axis. And then bringing her forward and make it do a forward step instead.
You don't do it
one more time.
Fluid without stopping.
Do it. Yeah, it's easy for you to